good does that stuff look? Hey, speaking of lots of shrimp, we're also going to be talking a little bit about acid reflux. It affects millions of Americans, and it can cause debilitating pain and discomfort, or worse. If not treated, it can actually lead to cancer down the road. But there is new hope and a new procedure at MidState Medical. It's called Linx, and joining us now live here in studio to tell us a little bit more about it is Dr. Ken Shorts. Doc, thank you for joining us here.
Thanks for having me.
On CT Style. Absolutely. A couple quick things.
Sure.
We want to point out our matching shoes. Can we just show
shoes.
that? Matching wingtips here on the show, so cheers to that. Also, a lot of people deal with this, acid reflux, some more than others, but it can actually lead to cancer?
Well, it can. There's 20 million plus people in America who have reflux. 7 million of those people are on medication. 40% of those people are partially treated with optimal medical therapy. They still have symptoms, and the more contents that leave your stomach go up into your esophagus, the more damage, and damage leads to changes in the cells and then potentially cancer.
Wow. Kind of scary stuff.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of over-the-counter options out there, and then there's also medications that you can take, but sometimes it's not always the best option, and there's this new thing, it's called Linx. We got to chit-chat all about it because it's very cool. You actually brought it with you, and it's on your pinky, which is kind of crazy. So.
Well, it's a pretty small device. Okay. It's made of magnetic material covered in titanium. And this is basically the size of your esophagus is my pinky. Wow. And it sits down at the bottom, and it prevents the sphincter mechanism from opening. Okay. So food goes down, and then it won't come back up.
Right, right. Yep. Okay, and then we have a little video here that we'd like you to walk us through about the actual process here. So
that's the esophagus, and that's the diaphragm, and the stomach is underneath the diaphragm. And there's the device being wrapped around the esophagus, and it's a 45-minute procedure, pretty minimally invasive.
Just 45 minutes, that's it. Easy in and out.
In and out.
What's the recovery time on something like this?
So there's the food that passes through the esophagus. It opens the ring, and then the ring closes again. It remagnetizes, and it prevents that liquid from going back up where it's not supposed to be.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a really great device.
Wow. What's the recovery time on something like this? Is it quick, or?
Different from a standard surgical therapy. The patient goes home the same day, and they're on regular food the same day, and recovery is a couple of days.
It seems like kind of a no-brainer for somebody with certainly severe acid reflux. Can I take a peek at this?
Yeah, sure.
Right here? So this is the Linx, and it's magnetic right here.
Yeah, you can open it. You can
just opens like a...
Just to spread it. Spread the magnets.
Oh, there.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. Wow.
And stretch it.
So it just goes out like that?
Yeah, and then goes back together.
How about that?
Yeah. So
isn't it crazy how technology advances to be able to cure? So is this a cure, or
this is a cure?
This is a cure.
For more than 90% of the people who have this device implanted, they have no more reflux symptoms, never have to be on medication again. Bothersome regurgitation symptoms are gone. And again, the bottom part of the esophagus is no longer exposed to acid and bile and pancreatic fluid and things that would lead to damage. So
important. I'm sure if you're watching at home, you or somebody you know probably deal with this. So there's an event coming up that we would like everybody to attend. Tell us all about that event.
I do sort of every few months do talks in the community, and there's one coming up in January in Southington.
Okay. And you're going to be talking a little bit more about this procedure?
I'll be going much more into detail about reflux disease and the mechanisms of it and why it's dangerous and why it shouldn't be thought of as a sort of a throwaway diagnosis where you can just take a pill. And then we'll talk about surgical options, and Linx is a wonderful surgical option.
Very nice. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us again here today on CT Style. Certainly something to think about, whether you're a competitive eater eating 12 pounds of shrimp.
Yeah, they really need to see me for something.
Which you've never tried to do, right?
Oh, but I'm willing to try it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Okay,
well, maybe we'll have Joey Chestnut challenge you. Hey, for more information, head on over to midstatemedical.org for more information on Linx and to schedule an appointment. Doc, thanks one more time for coming here on the show today. Very, very cool that you shared that. Hey, coming up next here on the show, holiday show.